to be partaking in the physicality of a particular venue. That venue, as you know, takes care of a lot of different events during the year, the National Prayer Breakfast, this event, other conventions that our protectees speak to at a regular time. It's a well-known event. It's well known that the Hinckley shooting took place there 40-something years ago, and there's now a garage there for the Secret Service to bring its protectees. I think the Secret Service did a fantastic job last night. Nobody got hurt other than the officer who took a bullet to his bulletproof vest. Other than perhaps a twisted ankle or a couple of skinned knees, everybody seems to be okay, and that's the bottom line.
Okay, so the suspect in this case, apparently, we're told, got inside the perimeter by booking a room at the hotel. And it's always seemed weird to me that as you go to this event, which is not typical of other kinds of events like this in Washington, when you go through the lobby of that hotel, you're commingling with people who are there for other reasons and who are drinking at the bar and who are staying at the hotel. Does it make sense that that an event like this should be held in a place that's doing other kinds of business, or should this be at Constitution Hall or one of those many facilities in Washington that are just single purpose?
Well, that would be terrific if we were able to do that. I'm not sure that that venue would be able to get the amount of people in there that want to get into this type of event. You know, the Secret Service does this type of perimeter security every day and tries its very best not to shut down the regular business that is going on at venues like this, to include other people in the hotel. I'd like to take challenge with your statement about he got into the perimeter. He got into the hotel and broke through the perimeter down below, but the perimeter really is only carrying the area in and around, or the secure perimeter, I should say, is really only carrying in and around that ballroom. So there are layers, as you know, of protection that are put in place to weed out and try to keep people like this away from the actual venue. Again, all things, when things get a little chaotic, things don't go always according to script. And I think that last night, again, all in all, everything worked out very well from the protective advance standpoint, as well as the details responding to the dais and all the other details that are there with all the protectees of the cabinet secretaries.
Yeah, speaking of that, what about having this many people in the line of presidential succession in one room? That seems like, you know, when we have the State of the Union or things like that, when we have with this concentration of dignitaries, I mean, you've been part of planning G8 and other kinds of where you have these large concentrations. Do we need to rethink the idea that we'd have a dozen people in the line of presidential succession in one room?
Yeah, I think your point is spot on, Chris. This is something that we probably need to be looking at going forward. President Trump does seem to have a lot of cabinet members in and around very events that he does, and I don't seem to remember that.